hardscape done yesterday, off camera. I put in the drainage layer, which for those who don't know is a layer of something that will go underneath the substrate that we will separate with a weed barrier to keep the dirt out of that level. And it's for when it gets too wet, because we will be spraying a lot. The water will drip down and run down into this level and collect down there. So don't sit in this substrate and give you soggy substrate, soggy soil the whole time. I switched it up this time. I used some egg crate. Believe it or not, I got this on Temu, and it worked out really good. It got connectors. They connect together and everything. I think this is going to work out pretty good. It's pretty cheap. You can get them anywhere though. They sell them online, Amazon. They sell them at Home Depot. So you get them all over the place. See, from the front, we got it all down. It would have been easier to do it before I did the hardscape, but I didn't want to make the branches any higher than they was. I already had to cut them a little bit to fit them where they are now. And now today what we're going to do is we're going to patch up the pieces that did not, the places where the cork bark did not stick well in the background, like this right here. We're going to have to cut off a little tip of it where you see anything we would consider the shiny level. After you spray the spray foam, you can get a shiny barrier on it. On the outside gets a little shiny. I don't know if that's coming through on camera, but that's what I'm talking about. You have to cut that off or else it's not going to stick. And then what we're going to use is some glue. Gorilla Glue is my go-to. And back to the cork bark. The cocoa fiber, whatever. Cocoa fiber. Add that on, cover that up. And then I got a secret weapon coming. I got Froggy Daddy, I believe. I don't know when I use it. I'll definitely put it in there. Wet moss mix, I believe it's called. Something like that. One of my biggest problems. I love moss. For some reason, I can't get it to grow too good in the terrarium I have done so far. I believe the problem is that terrariums, not vivariums, I don't keep them wet enough for it to get it good, to get started the right way. This stuff you put on wet, and apparently moss starts to grow. I've seen other people use it and it worked out good. It's supposed to be coming on its way today. So we're going to use that and this, and then we get to the fun. Substrate plain. Let's get it. Let's go. Alright, and here we go. We're going to cut off just the first little layer. We've got to cut off what I would consider the shiny part. Basically just a very, very outside layer here. Make sure that it's going to stick. Channel is about tips, showing you how to do this on an affordable level. So we're going to show you how to do this the best affordable way I can figure it out. And as far as comments go, drop any tips y'all got out there in the comments. On anything about the hobby, how to do this affordably, terrariums, how to do affordably, even just tips on how to do it in general. They gotta be affordably. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know how you like this terrarium. Let me know what I can do better. Let me know how my videos could be better. Keeping these animals better. Let me know, man, I'm doing this YouTube thing to start a community. I ain't got a whole bunch of friends in the reptile, so I figure I'm going to be breeding snakes. It looks like I am. It looks like I have snakes ovulating. So I'm going to be breeding snakes. I'm going to need to sell snakes. I need people to ask questions about breeding these snakes. I don't have no mentor. So the best way I could figure to get some friends, some people I could talk to about this, if I put myself out there on the internet, the only place I know people are like-minded like me and into these reptiles. So help me out, help each other out in the comments. Let's help each other figure out the best way to keep these animals. Alright, ready for the next step. So, get some glue, another messy step. Another thing that's cool about this is like being a kid again, doing arts and crafts and stuff. Play around, make a mess. Get some glue on there, man. Coconut core, whatever you want to call it. And you stick it on there. Plain and simple, man. Ain't nothing hard about it. Make sure it's completely dry again, like I said before. It's not going to stick. Alright, y'all, we almost done to get to it. We got a weed barrier now that we about to cap off the drainage layer with. We got, like I said first, this is the first part of the drainage layer, and then you gotta put the weed barrier over top of it. Keep the substrate and the drainage layer separated. This way no dirt gets in there, it doesn't fill up, and then it becomes pointless if substrate gets in there. I made myself a problem by putting the hardscape in first. I knew this. Don't be me. Do this step first. So I'm not going to make y'all watch me do this because it's going to be a pain to get this underneath and around the hardscape. And I'm going to get that done. I'm going to be right back at you. Do the real fun part, in my opinion. Do these plants. Plant this thing. Make it look nice. Finally, got a bunch of plants picked out. Got them stripped down to the bare roots. And we're ready to go. Alright, y'all. We got the weed barrier in place, man. So, the foam actually helped out. We was able to tuck it under in some spots. You do want to have a fold on the side like this to have it pressed up against the side so you know no substrate is going to end up underneath it. With that being said though, we got a whole bunch of plants picked out over here. This is what you want to get your plants down to looking like. You want to get your plants down to the bare root so you ain't transferring nothing over into your new terrarium. See, they're dripping a little bit, everything's a little wet. Spray the roots down to keep everything moist while you're doing this. Let's get to it. Get this first and foremost taking substrate from our old terrarium, and we're adding that into the new terrarium. So, this already got all kind of isopods and springtails in it, so this is going to give us a little jump start on getting this bioactive going, this bioactive stuff going. The substrate out of the old enclosure, to be honest, there's a lot more substrate in there than I thought. It'll just compact it over time. So same thing will happen here though. Again, it'll all get compacted over time, which is what we're working with right now. Just looking, I'm gonna still add some of the new substrate mix I made. A lot of it's gonna go in a lot of the planters. Still gotta fill up the cork. Some of that's got dirt in it already, but like I said, it's gonna compress over time too. Alright y'all, here we go. Plants, let's get it, let's get it. Plants, this is what I've been waiting for. That's what a lot of y'all been waiting for. Let's go. Here with the cork round, the big cork round. This plant, man, I love this plant. I'm horrible with plant names, y'all, so help me out in the comments as we go. We see a plant you know, drop the name. Definitely would appreciate it. There we go, y'all. We got plants. Official. First plant in. More to come. We will pin the back up later. Love this plant. We're going to pin it all along the background later on. I'm going to get it started right now. Sorry, I ain't talking too much. I'm thinking here. You have this stuff planned out in your head a little bit, but until you actually get in here and start dealing with this stuff, you can't really figure out what's going on. Gotta go with how the plants want to act. Alright, next we're rocking with this, I believe it's called a creeping fig. Love this plant. It's another one that'll start climbing around the back, up the back. We'll see go as planned. Just getting these things in here now. I'll be pinning them to the background and stuff later on. Just want to get everything in before everything gets too dried out. Don't want to stress the plants out too much. Apparently these go a little crazy. I really can't wait to see what that's going to look like. Definitely looking good so far. That wall's pretty much set. Ready to go. Like I said, that's where that other part of the plant, the first plant went. We already had the bed on, but I had to move the dirt. Way too many roots wasn't going to fit the way I had it. So, like I said, with these plants, you got to kind of play it by ear. Figure it out as you go, even though you have an idea in your head. Same thing with the terrarium, for the most part. But kind of listen to the plant. It's going to come out good in the end, in my opinion. Oh man, it's just going that other way. That's alright. All these plants got a lot of growing in to do. So, what's next? Oh yeah, one of my go-to all the time, pothos, man. You cannot go wrong with pothos. I love this one. Incredible piece right here. Definitely can't go wrong with no pothos. Plant here, man. This is the Wandering Jew, they call it. This thing goes crazy when you let it grow. It really goes nuts. It's another one that'll just start taking over. Seems to be a little delicate breaking wise, but it grows really well. So, definitely gonna give this a shot. Hope this one takes off. I really hope this one takes off. Not to mention purple being my favorite color. My bad, y'all, forgot to hit play, but we got another regular plain old golden pothos up in the corner here. Plants are going to take this background over. I'm going more with covering the background this time than I have in the past, because the ball pythons, they seem that they just like to destroy. They destroy everything. So they want to destroy everything on the ground. I'm going to cover the background more, see if it works out better for me. I'm going to have to pin up right now, because if not, they're not going to stay. The way I make my pins for my stuff, I use this floral wire here. Just cut a little piece of it. Bend it, and boom. I don't know if you can see that. Bend it, just push it into both sides. It usually sticks pretty good into this spray foam. Boom, it's pinned up. It's going to hold it up. It's going to hold it against the background now. I'm going to throw another pin in, a couple more pins in. And this stuff real thin, it's not going to hurt the animals. If it was to fall off, pop out one side, it's not going to hurt your animal. It's so flimsy that the animal's just going to crush it. Pin it up in there. Up the area. Hopefully it'll just start growing along the background. This thing starts spreading roots like crazy. So hopefully, see how it goes right along that background. I'm loving that. Oh, look, I see that's not sticking out. It's sticking behind there. Perfect. That's it. I ain't gotta do no more with that part. Some pothos going. Good old pothos. You can't beat pothos. The best thing, at least for a ball python terrarium. Of course, I guarantee you it is going to grow. One plant you can beat to death and it's going to grow. Throw this right up along in here. So hopefully it'll start attaching itself to the branches. Yeah, something like that. Start going along them branches. I'm really happy with that. To be honest, man, that's what we're working with today. I believe we're gonna throw this process in here that broke. I broke it. I don't think it'll make it, but why not? Can't hurt to try. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, so be it. It's just plain, food for the bugs. That's all. That's definitely not making it like it's breaking it. Don't make it bug food. And I know I said that y'all be seeing the finished video on this one. I hate to tell you, don't look like it. My delivery did not come. The moss stuff, the wet moss mix. So that gets here today. We'll be getting back into this tomorrow. We'll do the wet moss mix, and I'm gonna put a lot of moss along the bottom of it, on the ground of the enclosure, and then we'll get a final look at her tomorrow. So, said we're gonna keep this series going. Do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, drop a comment, let me know how I'm doing, let me know you like the series, let me know you like the terrarium. Catch y'all next time.